Okay, beautiful people. Every time I come on here, it's an adventure. Welcome to DeShawn Hatcher and Adventureland. Hello, beautiful people. It is your girl makeup artist, DeShawn Hatcher, all the way from New York. And as I say, I'm always here to help my fellow fabulous makeup artists. As I say, just be a little bit better today. Hi, CR. Hi, darling. You hear and see me. Thank you for telling me. Thank you. So we can get that joint out the way, okay? Hey, how you doing, CR? How you doing? How is your Sunday? How is your week? My hair is a mess. How is your week? How are you doing? Listen. Ooh, listen, your girl has been very blessed with work. Yay for work. And you know what happens when you don't really work as much, for a year? You get tired. She's tired. So anyway, but I'm here for you people because that's what we do on Sunday. We do live. Hi from Houston, Matilda Marie. Hi, Matilda Marie. Hi, sweetheart. Welcome, darling. Now listen, people, you cannot be on here all night because I do realize that last week I said I wasn't going to be on here all night, and we were like on for like 2 hours. But I have the time in front of me. I have the time on the side. I even have my trusty. So we're going to keep on time tonight because I got to order dinner. I'm starving. And where I live, everything shuts down real fast. So I have to. And I have a lot of stuff to do this week. Hey, Rosemary. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing? Listen, people, it is your hour of power, which means you get to ask me your makeup artist queries, your fabulous questions. And if you want, share some amazing news with me and with the rest of the people. Like, what have you been up to? What have you been doing? All those fun things. This is what this is about. This is what Sundays are all about. Sharing and caring and helping. So that's it. Matilda, I don't remember seeing your name before, and if I'm wrong, please forgive me. But Miss Matilda Marie Makeup, if you have any questions, that's what Sunday is all about, to ask me some questions. So you know what happened? I know there's only like a couple of us on here, which I don't really care. It's cool with me. But last week, I believe the subject was Judge Judy and her bailiff, Bird. And I wanted to do a follow-up real quick on that. And people who don't, if you didn't see it last week, Judge Judy did not ask back her bailiff of 25 years, Bird, to come to her new show. And, oh, wait, Matilda. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, I'd rather talk to Matilda and answer her question because that's what this is about. So Matilda said, I'm not trying to be a killjoy, but I do TFP from time to time because I love makeup and skincare. But in my TFP contract, I want a kit fee and to be promoted on all social media platforms by the company. They decline. What can I do with that? You want my services all for free, but you don't want to promote me in any way. Okay, so I'm just give me a second. So, okay. So if you're doing anything, if you're doing Matilda, if you're doing like beauty, right, and fashion, unfortunately in beauty and fashion, there is no kit fee. Just straight up honest, there is no kit fee. So that's, you're running into the two worlds. Like the whole point of a TFP is time, your talent. It should be talent for print. Your time, your talent is being utilized. And I know you understand this, Matilda, so I'm just going to say this. By the way, Matilda, if you're new here, I talk to you, but I'm also generalizing for people who may not even understand what a TFP is, okay? So it's your talent and their talent and the model's talent all coming together as one. So that's why technically we don't get paid because your pay should be images. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, if these people are taking your work and then selling it, then that ain't cool. That's not how it's supposed to be. And if they are selling it, then they should cut you a piece. But I just had a conversation with a couple of photographers photographer board, and they don't do that. They tend to use us and then discard us. The only thing I can tell you, Matilda, is if you have those types of people who want to kind of use you up and not give you anything, including shout outs on social media, then you stop working with those people. You just stop working with them. You understand? If you're not getting anything in return, then you should stop working with them. If they don't want to honor a contract or whatever contract you may have, then you might want to stop working with these people and find people who will honor what it is you're presenting. But again, a kit fee, so you understand, is not in a TFP at all. It's just not. It's in for like when you do like television work, production, which is television, video work, all that. In that world, that is where you get your kit fee. In beauty fashion, you get pictures. Just so you understand, how do I decide TV TFP and fashion TFP? I love both. Actually, Matilda, that depends on what you want to do. What is it that you're trying to do? Like I started off in film, right? Got my little kit fees for that, little. Then I moved over to fashion, which you get no kit fee, but you get your images. So it depends on what your career, what you're trying to do with your career. I first wanted to be a film makeup artist, and I was, and I realized that the film industry wasn't paying enough for me to live. And so my friend told me to jump over to fashion, and that's where it clicked. Everything clicked. And so I started making money, and I could pay my rent, and I could do those things. But it took me like a good year or so to really make money. Yeah. But I was working and I was doing lots of tests. I was testing my ass off. I was testing at least when I could, 3 to 4 times a week when I could test. So that's how much testing I was doing, so you understand. But it depends on what it is. What is your goal? What is the end result? You see, we have to, you have to decide on what it is that you're trying to do. The hardest part is for me personally, the hardest part is trying to do film production and fashion at the same time. The two worlds go like this. And also, I'm the kind of person that believes in a straight line to things as opposed to, and so when I did film, it was film focused. I was film focused. Let me just start working in film. Let me immerse myself in this world. Let me understand it. And I didn't do fashion. I just said, let's just keep doing film. And then when I realized I wasn't making any money, and then people started saying, oh, your makeup's so pretty. You ever think of fashion? I was like, no. But, then I was like, well, it's another avenue for me. I should just look into it. Why not? And then I did my first photo shoot. And then I decided, I think this is a better fit for me now. Okay, so you understand what I'm saying? Then I went fashion, and I went tunnel vision fashion. I just stuck with the fashion because it takes years to build up your portfolio. It takes years to build up connections in that industry. So you have to stick with it. If you start doing, let's say, film and production on this end, sometimes those gigs can last a while. Sometimes those gigs, the scheduling is weird and all these things happen. So you committed to this, then all of a sudden there's a fashion job over here that pops up. It just doesn't equate. It's a time issue. Not saying that you can't do it. I do it, and as many of my friends do it. But it's a time issue. And it's also, you have to start making your connection. So, Matilda says, also, I met you in Houston at the makeup show. You told me my work needed a website and a better portfolio. I did both. So thank you. But I'm going to go check you out, girl. Check you out. Cool. Well, I'm glad I met you. Well, thank you for hopping by that daggone Graftovia booth, girl. Thank you. So yeah, man. So that's my answer to you, sweetie. It depends on what you're trying to do. You understand? And if you're trying to really focus on fashion, then focus on fashion. If you're really trying to focus on film production, then focus on film production. It takes time to build connections. It takes time for people to get to know you. It takes time for people to see how you work. It takes time for people to see your portfolio. And you know what I mean? That just takes a little time. It doesn't take 10 years. It could take a year, but it just takes time. That's all. I hope I answered your question. But again, Matilda, seriously, listen, girl, if people are taking your beautiful work and they're taking it, and all of a sudden you turn around, you see it on a billboard, you see it here and there, and you're not getting any points from it, then you need to drop these people quickly. So that's the problem of being a makeup artist. Like, the best part about being a makeup artist is being a makeup artist, right? But the part that sucks is we as makeup artists, we don't own our stuff. That's the hardest part about being a makeup artist. We don't own it. And these people get to do with it what they will. I've had people go back in years and pull out something I did and sell it, and I got no money from it. You know, because we don't own it. We're living like, I don't know, through these people. You know what I mean? Like, that's the part, to me, the worst part about it all is this sucks, is that we don't own our own work. And then people can take advantage of us, myself included. For years, people just take advantage of you. So that's, to me, that's the worst part about being a makeup artist, is that. It's the worst part. That's why you see the emergence of photographers, how do you say it? Makeupographers, excuse me, who, like a Danessa Myricks, like a Fidel, oh my God, Fidel, your name just went right out of my head. But the amazing Mr. Fidel, who does amazing images. You see those types of people coming up a little bit more. Oh, who else does? Jordan Liberty is a makeupographer. Those three are really the premier, and I feel, in our business. But they own their rights to their images. Do you see what I'm saying? They get to do what they want with it. Whereas, the rest of us, we're just kind of like, So, Matilda, after I just told you about the film and the fashion world, which one do you want to focus on? Which one do you think that you can dedicate the most time to, and build up your connections with? Which one is it? Because over time, Matilda, what's going to happen is that you'll focus on one, you do it, then you'll focus on another, then you'll conquer that, and then what will happen is they kind of start to overlap. Okay, that's what's happening with me. I had fashion this month. I had fashion and production and commercial work. So commercial meaning video commercials, actual TV commercials. So this month I had 2 TV commercials. Then I had a live performance. I can't talk. My head is hurting. Live for a singer. And then I had, oh God, I'm running out of things of what I did this month. I'm a little tired. So this is what I'm saying. They start to overlap. Do you understand? So once you get good at one, people know you for that. Then you switch over, then people will know you for this. And then your worlds will start to do this, is what I'm saying. And then you get to do everything you want. But it does take time. Yes, thank you, Rocky. Ooh, him too. I don't know how he says his name. Is it Cossetti? Is it Cosette? I'm not sure. But Rocky as well, yes. Because it's really Danessa, and then Rocky, and then Fidel, and then Jordan. Those 4, unless you can, Rosemary, unless you can name another one. I can't think off the top of my head, but those 4 are like I said, those will be like somewhat what I consider the premier makeupographers of our time. That kind of thing. I want to be a makeupographer, but I realize I don't have the patience. You have to have a certain amount of patience, I think, to be a photographer. Or I should say, I don't have the patience because my old camera would not focus fast enough for me. So you click once, they move, you're like, hold it, 3, 4. It is just ridiculous. I do have a much better camera now, so I might be able to actually try it again. But when I was trying, I hated it. I hated it because when I say stay still, I mean it. But they move. It's just what it is. People move, and it's just like, whatever. But I just personally do not have the patience for being a makeupographer. But it is cool. I think it's really great when you can control your world. It's sort of like when I was testing, like after a while, so you guys understand. So after a while of me testing, what I would do is there'd be a trade-off with the photographer, right? So I'd say to the photographer, listen, I'm a professional retoucher, so you guys understand. Through this industry, so you get it, I am a professional retoucher. I taught myself Photoshop. I spent hours upon hours upon hours. Click, 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 click. It was quite soothing, actually, for me to click, 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 click. So I taught myself Photoshop, okay? And so once I got the hang of Photoshop, I said to photographers, listen, give me all the images and I will retouch my own work. But these are people I know, you know what I'm saying? And they would say, sure, here, you do what you want. And so I can retouch my own stuff and put it out when I need to. And then you let the photographer know. And sometimes I give the photo to the photographer or whatever. But these are the things that you have to, you know, when you're a makeupographer, you still should be able to Photoshop your own images. I'm not going to speak on Danessa. I'm not sure if she does her own Photoshopping. But I have a friend of mine, Val, who is a true, when I tell you a true celebrity makeup artist, like, you know how people say, I'm a celebrity makeup artist, and they have like maybe 10 clients. Val, my girl, Val Noble, has worked on everybody. I'm telling you, her resume is ridiculous. I mean, I can't even fathom how many people Val has worked on. I can't. We went through the list one day and my head spun. That's a true celebrity makeup artist. And so she retouches a lot of her own work as well when she gets a chance. And she also started a magazine with a photographer, Demetrius, and it's called Regard, REGARD magazine, Regard magazine. And they're based in California. And so what they do is they photograph the up and coming actors, right, out there. But these up and coming actors are now A-listers. I mean, she worked on Meghan Markle before she was Princess Meghan Markle, or whatever the hell she's now, Countess, whatever she, right? But those images, I see her images all over the place. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know what I mean? So when you control your world, when you control your narrative, then you can kind of do what you want, which is what Demetrius and Val do, kind of what I kind of do. I don't own the images, but I have a relationship with the photographers that I work with that know that if they ever sell it, they break me off a piece. If I retouch it for them. So there's like a lot of these synergy things that you have to have. That's all it is. I kicked off. I heard nothing you said, but that's okay, girl. That is okay. Listen back, honey, and then let me know what you decide, because I'd be very interested in knowing which way you want to go at first. Marian, hello. Listen, people. She ain't got no fan on. Whenever I sit in this room, because remember, guys, I was sitting out there for a while in my living room. It's cool out there, but in this room, it's like sweat. I don't even have a. Listen, y'all just get used to the glistening. I'm not putting any more powder on my face. I was kicked off. So, any more questions while we are here together? CR, you're the first person on here. You never had no question, but you are lovely enough to tell me that you can hear and see me. So thank you very much. Oh, she's stupid. Rosemary, you got no questions, girl? You got nothing to promote? You got a class? Anybody got any kind of like amazing news they want to share? Come on, people. Come on. My birthday is next week. She's turning old. Yeah, she's turning old. I'm not sure if I'm going to be here next week because I'm going to be in Florida. And I don't know what time I'll be. I should be leaving. Wait, am I leaving Florida on Sunday? Yes, I'm leaving Florida on Sunday, but I'm not sure what time I'm going to get back into my house. So if I'm back in time, then I'll be sitting my ass right here. But if I'm not here, it's because my ass didn't get back yet. So that's it. That's all I can tell you. Brian Dean. Hello, Brian Dean. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, honey. CR, yes, I am not a makeup artist, but your advance on the industry. Oh, my advice on the industry is so fascinating. Oh, thank you, CR, for coming by. Then I appreciate you. Thank you. You don't have to come here. Thank you. How do I not let the no's discourage me. I want to work, period. And people just want my expertise. Well, first of all, I think of no, for me personally, I will tell you how I look at this joint. No is not now. Not now. Not everything, Matilda, is for you right now. And sometimes, yes, when I used to hear no's in the beginning of my career, it would go, like, oh, damn. But I realized that there's a lot of times that I don't know what I don't know. Okay. And so sometimes when people would say no to me, I'd be like, well, I could do that job. I could do that. And then all of a sudden I might find myself still being a part of the job, right? Maybe I'm not the head. Maybe I'm just like a team member or something. And I literally would sit back and go, oh, I couldn't have done this. Did you see what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't have done this. I would not have known how to do these things. You know what I mean? So when somebody says no to you, sometimes they're looking at your resume to see how well you're doing and all these things. And so when it's no, it just means not now. I think when I look back on my career and the vast majority of the no's that I've gotten, and we get a lot, especially when we're new, we don't get a lot because you haven't built up a resume yet, right? You haven't built up a portfolio. You haven't created, let's say, that word of mouth yet, right? That people will, like when most of my gigs this month have been referred. I didn't know any of these people, but I was referred. These are all new referrals, right? Because I have built up a reputation and people will speak of me. Boom, 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 boom. So when you start, just think of it like, well, people aren't really talking about me quite yet. I haven't really built up that kind of thing yet. So it's going to take time. And I think people come into this industry and they pick up the brush and, they may blend well and they may do all these things, but they're not seasoned yet. And when I say seasoned, you don't have to be seasoned for 20 years, but you need to learn things. And once you learn things and you prove yourself on set, then people will start talking about you. You understand? That's what you need. And so you just have to keep doing it. And so no is not now. It's not never. Double negative. It's not never, but it's not now. That's all. That's all it is. And you just go, okay, listen, I've had people say the worst things to me. And you know what? I sit there and I said, okay. I was literally talking about this kind of thing this weekend. 2 days ago, my client, she's a singer. And I went to her show after I fixed her makeup. And I was sitting next to a young lady, Miss Sarah. And we were talking about how she went to be an actress. And just the door was slamming in her face. And it was like, not now. It was like, no. Because acting is really no. Okay. Makeup is not no. Makeup's not now. But acting is like, yeah, this commercial ain't for you. And we were just talking about how it takes time to build these things up and how you have to, as they say now, pivot. You have to kind of pivot your way into these things. That's all. That's all it means. She pivoted her way into, she has a production house, this young lady, a production house, which means she produces shoots, which means she hires all these people and she produces TV commercials and all this stuff. So she went from acting, but she pivoted over to production, right? I went from film, right? And I pivoted over to fashion, you see? And I was able to do all of these things. And then guess what? Then I pivot back to film again because now I'm getting TV commercials and video work and all these things. And it's like, it's this. So don't let that get to you. You just say, oh, not for me now. Keep it moving. You just got to keep it moving. You could, though. Okay, Matilda, listen to me. What you could do is every now and then is what I did, which was ask why. Why is the biggest question in the world? Is there a reason why you didn't hire me this time? Is there something you think I should work on? So if the opportunity arises again, I can, present myself a little differently. Why is the most important question you can ask somebody who doesn't hire you? Why? And don't, some people could be very like blunt, like, bah, but don't take it personally. I think when we start out, we take things very personally. Don't take anything that people say to you personally. Don't do that, because then it hurts your feelings, and then you get all in your feelings, and the feelings don't help. You need constructive criticism. You need to ask, and this is why you ask why. Well, if I was looking for a makeup artist on my team and I didn't hire you, and you could have said, "Oh, I wrote to you and you didn't pick me," and I would say, and you'd say, "Well, can you tell me why, DeShawn, you didn't pick me?" I might say, "Oh, I think I was looking for somebody who probably could work on a lot of Asian models, and I didn't see Asian in your book." As simple as that, just as simple as that. That could be as simple as the explanation as to why you didn't get hired. See? So we conjure up a lot of stuff in our heads with the nose. Oh my God, what does that mean? But if you ask why, I think it calms us down and we get it. You understand? So the no's are just not now. That's all. Do you think about turning your lives into a YouTube show? Yes, classes, demonstration, and blogs. Child, I don't know even what the hell that is. Right? Then you're going to have to email me. Didn't know you could do that. So that tells you something. I don't know. Listen, Brian Dean. You're lucky I'm on here. You're lucky I figured out how to press to get me on live. Okay, you're lucky. You're lucky I'm on here, because the girl is not tech savvy. I don't. When it comes to YouTube, when it comes to makeup, it's different. But I have to admit, when it comes to YouTube, I do not seize the opportunities that are here, because I don't quite. It's a world. As I say, everything is a world. So being a makeup artist is its own world, but also it's just a world that I'm not getting. It's not computing in the head. You see what I'm saying? And so if I understood YouTube a little bit more, I probably would do more. But I really don't get it. And then, the problem is, again, YouTube is really equatable to the world when you think about it, because it's just something I don't get. And it's something that, honestly, I'm not really, I'm not really, I'm invested in you people, but I'm not invested in the world of YouTube. I hope that makes sense. I'm always invested in my newbies and my makeup artists and my creatives and things like that. I love teaching and speaking and helping, but I don't love YouTube. You see? So that's it. That's why I like Periscope so much, because Periscope was fun and it felt very personal, and we had a tee-hee-hee on there. But YouTube is just a different animal for me. I don't know how to navigate that very well. You will be the next iCarly. Listen, Brian Dean, if you know how I should, or even a channel that you want me to look at to give me an idea of what you're talking about, please feel free to email me that channel. I will be happy to look at it, or channels. I am always on YouTube, but I'm always looking at interior decorating. I'm always looking at interior decorating and stuff like that. I barely look at makeup when I'm on here, because I get so agitated. So I just stick to interior decorating and other things. But I don't venture into world of makeup on here, because it's just, Maria Jones. Hey, Maria Jones. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, DeShawn. Hi, everyone. I like when y'all say hi, everyone. I think that's so sweet. You will be the next iCarly. Yes. Honestly, Brian, it's like one of those questions that I had in my head, like, what the hell are we going to do with this channel next? Like, what are we doing, DeShawn? Because you can't keep doing this for the rest of your damn days. I have done over 50 lives with you people in the last year, I think. So almost like every week, maybe I've missed 1 or 2 weeks. I've done 50. I can kick. I can stretch. 50 years old. So I have done 50 lives with you people. And so, what do you do with all that? I don't know. Oh, no, I love the live Sunday. I'm glad you do it, Toma. That's what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for. It's an original idea, so I can't refer our channel, but less of an influencer style show, but more of a talk show and style show based on beauty. Brian Dean, child, listen, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you because I have the facility now. I have a lot of stuff. I have a studio. I know it's like it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't, but I do have a studio worth of crap in this house. I just don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know what I'm doing. Marilyn, hi, honey. Marilyn says hi to Sean. Hit that like button, guys. Like. Thank you, Marilyn, because Marilyn knows I forget to ask for the likes and the shares and the feels. I forget that. I just, yeah. Thank you, Brian. Yes, have your people call my people. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Fatima from Mac does demos. Maybe he's talking about doing something like that. Oh, okay. Listen, I honest to God. Listen, I do this, like I said, for you. If you guys want something different, then you have to tell me, because this is what this look. She's sitting right here. This is what she does. So if you guys want other things and you guys have to like be vocal, I tell you all the time, this is your channel. I am a vessel for you beautiful people. That's what I am. But it's your channel. You have to tell me what you want. I'm about to record again a couple of beauty videos, and I'm about to go back to recording and doing videos for you people. Once this month is done, I have a couple more things, but they're like spread out. So now I can woo my life and get back to video production for you. But if there's something you want, I keep saying it week after week, let me know. Leave it down in the comments. Email me. I'm serious. I'm not joking. I'm not going to be insulted or upset or anything. I would like to know what you want. That's what I'm doing this for. I would like to know what you want. I'm you. So that's all. That's all I want. So that's it. That's all I can say. It's my world, but babies, I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you people. So that's what this is about. Yeah, I mean, literally today I was like, you have all this time off. You brought yourself new equipment. You haven't even used it yet. I brought a brand new poo-poo camera, but all this stuff and haven't even used it yet. I do have my new lights up and I have my mic and all, but I haven't used it yet. And it's just like, what am I going to do with it? My channel is different. My channel is not like, people want to show you makeup, and that's great, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like our industry, right, is so deep, and it can be so hard. It's so hard sometimes just to be a makeup artist. It's just so hard. And I want to help you with the heart. We can do pretty, but I just feel like Matilda's question was a perfect question. Why I do this. You know what I mean? It's things like that, like understanding, what you might be getting into, and then and understanding you can have the right to leave it and change and pivot. And that's my jam. But I don't mind doing beauty. I don't mind doing whatever, but this is what it's a career advice channel. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Still no, Brian Dean, there's no soundboard. But no, listen, seriously. But you know how much I want a soundboard and confetti. It's important to have confetti to me without messing up my room. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the confetti effect to pop up, and I'm also trying to figure out how I can get the sound to pop up when I want it. So that's it. I've been testing out sound, but it's not popping up fast enough. So that's just it. So yes, I need my soundboard, right? Dude, I want my soundboard. I want my soundboard. I want to hear, yay! Ah! That's what I want. We want interaction. Yes. So yes, no soundboard, but it's coming. I swear it's coming. I'm gonna figure that train out. But I did look it up. I keep looking for it at Amazon and all these other places, and It's like fart noises. I don't want to do fart noises. That's not fun. It's funny. It's not fun. So when I do something cute for us. For us. Is it really for us? Is it for me? I think it's for me, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll do it for us, for me. Any questions, you amazing, beautiful people? What you got? What's your query? What's your makeup career query? What's the problem? You got some issues with your kid? What is it? Let me know. That's what she's here for. I'm in there cleaning up like a mad woman in my bedroom. I put all my crap in my bedroom and oh God. Oh, help me. They're silly sounds I was looking to. Oh, okay. Oh, I just lost something. Camille Knight. Hello, Camille Knight. Good evening, my darling. Thank you, Camille. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, subscribe. I have a lot of you guys who watch me, but you don't subscribe. And it's important that you subscribe because sometimes my behind will pop up. It just pops up. It can be 3 o'clock in the morning here in New York, and wherever you are, it might be a decent time, and I just pop up out of nowhere. And it really is helpful to people who don't live in America. And if you don't live in America, believe me, my crazy behind will pop up 3 o'clock in the morning, which means it might be 7 o'clock in the morning for you, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So you just never know when this crazy girl's going to pop up. But if you don't subscribe, you won't get the alert that I'm on. So it's important. We need help with life. So do I, Camille. Brian Dean says, I'm leaving Sephora. Why? See, this is what I need. This is where I need my sounds, Brian Dean. I'm trying not to get in your business, but I would love to know if you're comfortable saying why you're leaving Sephora. That would be cool to share that and share, I've known many people who have worked past tense for Sephora. So I would love to know why you used to be leaving. But if you don't want to say, you can say, no, I will keep that private and I will not be upset with you, my dear. But wherever you're going and whatever your next journey is, I want it to be fantastic. That's what I want. Because that's what we need. We need to pivot. Ooh, for my own freelance business. See, I don't have any chair. Yay! Congratulations. This is actually, if I hadn't say that, this time is a great time for us, and this time sucks. And I'll explain why. It's a sucky time because so many of our fellow makeup artists had to quit. They had to stop doing makeup and they had to go figure out another way to make an income because nobody was hiring us, right? But now it's a great time because unfortunately those people have kind of left, and now people are scrounging around looking for makeup artists. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of work out there now because a lot of us have had to quit. So it's like boo for, people had to quit, but yay, there's work. There's a lot of work out there now. I wanted them on my resume, but it's time to go. I feel you. Can we give Brian Dina? Yay! It's time to go. Not everything's longevity. That's the thing about being a makeup artist, right? Is that we get to bounce around things. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not fully immersed in films and that's all I do. I get to do video production and sometimes a film or sometimes a TV commercial, right? But then I get to come over to fashion. I get to jump around and do certain things in fashion, like fashion runway and all these things. And then every now and then I get to do something enormously crazy like Kia 24-hour show. And, then I get to speak to you people and then I get to speak at IMAX and I get to speak. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, we should never be kind of bored as a makeup artist. We should be able to bounce around. Even if you stay in the fashion side, there's so much to do just in fashion in general that you shouldn't be bored. Do you see what I'm saying? And sometimes it's time to go. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like, peace, it's time to go. So I feel you. Camille says, I need more things on my resume. Get on YouTube too. Yo, start a YouTube channel. It's nothing. It can never hurt you. Well, maybe, not really. It's like, well, maybe can it? No, YouTube doesn't seem to hurt anything. YouTube is just a nice vehicle for you to showcase your work, But you might want to ask yourself, Camille, when you say I need more things for my resume, let me come in here like, right? Because remember, when I started, there was no YouTube, or if there was YouTube, it just wasn't YouTube like this. And so, though I understand YouTube is a vehicle for all of us, what, Camille, could you be doing that would be more productive for your journey? Okay. So is YouTube actually going to really help you with your journey? Or could it just be that you have to kind of like maybe spend some more time with your marketing, or spend some more time, doing shooting, and maybe do some more tests and things like that? You see what I'm saying? Because YouTube takes time. YouTube is a time sucking. It's a succubus. It takes so much time to edit. If you care, it takes so much time to edit, so much time for sound, so much time to find freaking music. It's just, it's a succubus of your time. This is another reason why I haven't done it, because I have to be, listen, I've done 50 or 60 videos for you people, right? But then on top of it, I'm doing lives. Live is easy. I just come here, hit a button, and talk to you. There were times, I swear, on YouTube, my video is 5 minutes long. It took me 2 days to do it. It's a succubus. So I'm asking, what do you think that you could work on that might help you further? That's all. YouTube is just a lot. It's a commitment that you have to make. And I knew that I was going to make a commitment of at least 50 videos, at least 50 for you people. You understand? On various weird topics that nobody else wants to talk about, So what is it? What is your, I guess, the thing that YouTube, what business world kind of always talks about is you have to find that niche, that small little pocket of people who are interested in what you're talking about. I'm talking makeup career advice. That's my jam. That's what I like. I could talk beauty, I could talk fashion, I could talk film. So what is that niche that you're trying to go after on YouTube? You see, there's a million girls doing this now. So what is your niche? Because you need people to look at you. It's not enough just to have a YouTube channel. Now you have to have a following. You understand? Do you want to spend that time working on that following? You understand? Or could you just be doing something else to help your career further? So I just want you to think about that. DeShawn, where can I find someone me? I don't understand. Maria Jones, help me with that. Maria Jones, I don't understand. Oops, okay. That's okay, Maria Jones. Just come back with your question. Matilda says, I pivoted and went back to school for hair during COVID. Oh, good for you. So I'm double licensed in esthetician and Cosmo for natural hair. Oh, child. Well, are we showing the world? Are you, Matilda, showing the world that? Right? It's back in the day, I still am a nail tech, but back in the day, I was a real nail tech, right? Ta-da, I finally did my nails. Oh, it only took 5 hours. No, but and so I knew that I needed to showcase my nails and my makeup. And so because I thought I was going to be, doing, you know what I mean, right? So I made sure that whenever the opportunity came up, that I was the nail tech on set and makeup as well. And sometimes nail tech, makeup, and hair. Like I was a jack of all the trades, okay? And so what are you doing with that? How are you going to showcase what you just told me to the world? And you should be showcasing that all of what you learned and what you're licensed in. It should be glaring on your website, since we discussed that when I met you. So you see what I'm saying? So get that popping. Get it popping, honey. And if fashion, Miss Matilda, is what you want to do, then you have to make everything very fashion-like, which means if you're going to do natural hair on a girl, she's got to be aesthetic and pleasing. Right? She's got to be model-esque like. You understand? She doesn't have to be 11 feet tall, but she has to look from this angle like a model, right? So those are the things you need to be working on. You have a plethora of amazingness in your wheelhouse. You should be showcasing that. You understand? Oh, Maria. Okay. So where can I find affordable, if I could say it right, affordable but quality natural hair makeup brushes? She said natural. And you said affordable. Well, I mean, the only real professional company that I'm really, but you said affordable, would be Crown. Crown is still good for stuff like that. They have really decent, I still have my brushes from 18 years ago in here, my natural hair brushes that I got from Crown. So that's always a good place to go. It's not expensive. It's not like Hakuhodu type brushes where those are natural hair bristle. I say bristle brushes 15 times. I dare you. But they're expensive. You know, I bought one little brush, cost me $30, and it was a natural hair brush from Hakuhodu. So I would definitely say Crown. I'm sorry. I know there are people on here who like Morphe and all that stuff. I'm just not going to push Morphe. I'm not going to push those influencer type brands. I don't do that because I believe that in our world of pro, remember we're pros. So in our world of pro, you need to patronize pro companies. You understand? So that's why I don't suggest those. You see, look at me. She's like, I don't do that. So that's why I suggest those. So Crown is another one. Salazzi, you guys know how much I love my Salazzi brushes. They're beautiful. They have beautiful natural hair brushes. They were trying to give them to me, and I was like, y'all give me enough. I really want to patronize you. And I purchased them, and I said, damn, I wish I would have let them give them to me. They were, no, but I got a lot. But they were, you know, it was like $150, but I got a lot. I really do like their brushes. I don't suggest anything unless I really like the brushes. And obviously, Royal and Langnickel, they have a whole bunch of different lines in their family of brushes that you need to check out. And don't forget the art supply stores too. Art supplies have real brushes. The only thing is the handles are much longer than ours, but they have really great brushes. In fact, I used some of those brushes when I was working a couple of days ago. So those, I want you to keep an eye out for all of those things. You're looking for Sable and I don't know, I can't remember all the names, but you're looking for those types of brushes. So that's what I would suggest. I never, Matilda, bend the linear long. You are so correct in that, Miss Matilda. And I have no brushes by them. I don't recommend them, not because I don't like them. They just never pop into my head. So thank you, Matilda. For some reason, that company does not jump into my head. I don't know why. And don't forget the London Brush Company, which was a London Brush Company. Now I think it's just Sean Richards. She makes beautiful brushes as well. So, and then there's some other, if you want to get poo with it, then, you know, NARS has their brushes, and even Face Atelier has their brushes. And so many companies also have beautiful brushes that makeup companies that you can choose from as well. So it's vast. But if you're looking for affordable, I would say Crown. Hey, Arati, I can see you. So Arati says, brushes, in reference to brushes, getting natural hair is becoming more and more difficult. I've noticed. I really like Zova, right? And Omnia, which is hello, 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 hello. And Refer, it's Refer. So I always say Refer, it's Refer. I like Refer, have some of their brushes, and I will be straight up. They gave me those brushes, but maybe they gave me bootleg brushes because mine started shedding like crazy. So I don't refer because maybe I got a bad batch. I don't know. But they are beautiful brushes. Oh, I forgot. Smith has beautiful brushes as well. Please don't sleep on Smith Cosmetics. Don't sleep on the Smith. Gorgeous brushes. I have many of them. Gorgeous. Smith. That's another brush company I do not mention enough. Do not. Camille says, inspiring people and working on hair loss and making products, maybe dermatologist or a mortician. Oh, I love that. But I like doing fashion and glam. I don't want to sound morbid with this, but there could be it sounds weird, but there could be a way you can actually do that style of makeup when you deal with, I don't want to mortician-esque type makeup. You could be the one that does the glam, on grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be doing that because a lot of times people just look terrible in those situations. If you can figure out how to glam up people before they're laid to rest, I think that's a beautiful thing you could do. And that's a combination. That's just a combination. It's a weird thing to say, hey, I could glam you up, but you'll figure out how to market yourself. I've never seen I've never seen a mortician-esque type makeup artist marketing themselves. They normally work through the funeral home services, but you never know, honey. You never know what you can do to bring joy and peace to people, somebody's last viewing. So I think that could be a combination there that you could actually think of. I've never seen anybody promote that, so you never know. So Matilda's telling me she's starting to do more personal portfolio-driven shoots. But remember that you have to keep the eye on the prize, right? So it's great to do that, personal portfolio shoots. And I'm not saying don't do that. But I also want you to remember that if you're trying to do fashion, then fashion requires a certain aesthetic. You understand? I would not be a model for you, right? I ain't no model. I ain't got no cheekbones. She got a heavy face. I'm not the right person to be a model for you. You may do a slamming hairstyle on me, but you have to decide on the images that you're going to take and promote your work to consumers, and then you have to take it and figure out how to take that work and promote yourself in fashion. Consumers and fashion do not mix. They're two different worlds. And so I just want you to understand that. So, because I don't want you to invest so much time in consumer work and then you bring it over to fashion. You go, look, I've done this. And the people go, well, yeah, that doesn't work. So I want you to start acclimating yourself to the differences in the worlds of consumer hair and stuff, and then pro hair and fashion hair stuff. That's all. It looks very, very different. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, Jesus Christ. Marilyn, you said my audio sounds weird, like scratchy. Are you using a micro lav? God diggy daggit. I thought I had this thing done this week. God damn it. No, I'm using a real mic that I've been using with you guys since I got it. Now I don't know what's happening. YouTube did something. They changed some of the settings. I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry. Thank you, Marilyn, for letting me know. But I'm very, very sorry. If this stuff sounds jacked up, I'm very, very sorry. We will figure this out. On the next episode of Can Sean Get Her Sound Correct? So sorry. Oh, Maria Jones. There's a young lady on YouTube that has a channel on mortuary makeup. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that was nice of you to tell her. Thank you. Belinda Campbell, good evening. Damn it, Kay. Hi, Kay. It's scratchy to you too. I don't know why. You see, I'm just sitting here. My mic is here. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know, y'all. I am very, very sorry that the sound is Shiite. I am very sorry. Alrighty, says 100%. What DeShawn is saying is super important. An editorial makeup on a model who can't carry it off is a waste of your time and energy. It's nothing personal, just business. It is something that took me a minute to learn as well, right? Even when you get models that model, like I can get models from real agencies, but some can model beauty and some can't. And you have to know who can model and who can give you those angles and the expressions and all the stuff that you need. Because when they can't do it and you pile that makeup on and you do wacky things, I think you guys seen some of my makeup, which is can be quite right? You've seen it. So it's sort of like they have to be able to carry that off. And when they can't, you have just wasted the hour that it took you to put it on. It's just a waste of your time. Arati is a million times correct about that. It's a waste of time. And so taking a consumer, because I would be a consumer, right? I'm a consumer. It is the truth. I don't have model cheekbone. I don't have model-esque features, right? So I would not be the right model for you. Your girlfriends, if they look like this, they would not be the right model for you. You need to think of like, let's take it from like, let's just go high end with it. Like a Naomi Campbell. The cheekbones are just striking. She's striking looking. That's what you need. There used to be a magazine called Highlights. It used to be high end. It used to cost like $30. I don't have them here or show you. Maybe next week we'll do some. No, not next. Well, okay. So I said it at the top of the show. My birthday is Thursday. I will be in Tampa. I should be back on Sunday, but I'm not sure what time I will be back in the house. So if I get back at 7 or 8, then I will come on and say hi. I might not stay on because I'll be tired, but at least I'll come on and say hello. But I just wanted to reiterate that because I don't want you guys to forget that. Where's that heifer? How dare she not show up on this Sunday? It's because I'm flying in from Tampa. That's what it is. Okay. Yes, but Arati is completely correct. There we go. So Arati is completely correct that you have to have the right model. Without having the right model, it can just be a waste of time. And I don't want you to waste your time. Okay. Again, remember, marketing is not a one-stop thing. That's why you see Geico has so many different styles of commercials. They have a funny commercial for this thing. Then they have this commercial that reaches, like Geico will have a commercial that reaches people in their 50s, let's say, right? Who get that sense of humor. Like you have that old guy walking around, I think it's Geico, and he's trying to help people my age stop sounding like their parents. That's really for people my age. You may get the joke, but it's for people my age. Then you have other things that they do that might appeal, like the gecko might appeal to younger people. So I want you to understand that is why we see so many different types of marketing from one company, because they're trying to reach a certain demographic. And what you're trying to do, Matilda, is reach consumers and fashion. Most of the time they don't collide unless it's Naomi Campbell doing something for consumer-based products. Do you understand what I'm saying, Matilda? We're trying to get you to not waste your time. So I want you to understand. So I want you to start looking at fashion magazines, not hair care magazines. That's consumer. You look at fashion magazines so you can get the feel for what they're doing and how the lighting is and how the model is and all that. Then you can pick up something like, I don't know where you are, Matilda, but Houston. So you can pick up a magazine like Sophisticates Black Hair Care, which is the holy grail for us, right? And then you can look at that and you can see, and Sophisticates, by the way, is not just black, it's Black Hair Care. And then they got one for white people. They got one, I think, for Latin. So it's different magazines. But again, the point is that you can look at those magazines, and that is consumer magazines, and you can see what they do over there. So I want you to, again, I'm trying to get you to understand there's two different worlds. So if you're going to do, right, I don't want you to waste time. I want you to do this with a focus. And so you can focus on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday on fashion and shooting that. And you can take that style that you put on the fashion model. Now you can take that style and find somebody like me and do that on me, and then put me, with the consumers if you want. Do you understand? So I'm just trying to get you not to waste your time, because Arati is right. When you waste your time, you want to beat up the model. You want to beat up everybody because, like, I just wasted all my time. You don't want to waste your time. Don't waste your time. You will be so angry. Don't waste your time. Thank you for the happy birthday. Thank you for the happy birthday. Thank you for the happy birthday. Thank you. It makes you, okay, it makes you angry. Don't it make you angry? It makes you so angry. It just makes you so angry when you do. Honey, I tell you, here's what I do when we first do. Before let's say to test, and like I have connected with the photographer, I get the model, right? The first thing you need to do before is you need to flip through their portfolio, right? You have to see if the girl has expression. You have to see, we have to do a show on that. But you have to see expression in the model's face. You have to see if she's being shot on one side of her face. All of these little things you have to look for before you pick a model. She has to be able to give you something. And if she can't give it to you, that's why it's so important that the model, the photographer, and you, it's a synergy. It works together. It's you need that girl. You need that girl to carry it. You need her. You need her the worst way. When it doesn't work, it will make you angry. It just makes you angry because you just feel like you're wasting not only you could have wasted a whole day of your time, and we don't have that time to waste. That's the one thing about testing that can be really painful, is to test with the wrong model. That is painful. It's so painful. So yeah. So you have to be careful of that. Okay, I'm picky as hell too, sweetie. I'm very picky. Very, very picky. She was more influencer versus model, and I didn't see it until afterwards. But I learned how to see that now. Yes, Miss K. So glad it just wasn't me. I did waste a day. Yes, Miss K. No, it ain't you, honey. It's all of us. Especially when you don't know what to look for. And a lot of times, like, we get so excited, especially when I was a newbie, like my first, like, let's say 4 or 5 years, where I was really excited to be shooting, right? And I was just so excited to have any model. Like, what? I did a model? What? And then I realized that I take this time to do something. At the time, I was very highly creative, all the shit all over the face. And they just could not carry it off. They just couldn't do it. And it's so Kay says it makes you angry and you waste a lot of time. And you can't, and by the way, you waste time and you don't get any photos. There are no photos unless you're smart enough to crop it in a certain way. There are no photos. There's nothing. You have literally just wasted your damn day. It's the worst feeling. It's the worst feeling. It truly is the worst feeling when you waste your day like that. I thank God have not had that many days here lately in the last, let's say, 10 years where I've been like, shit. Like, it's hard. It's hard. And Kay says, and she's listening, Kay's even going further. She's like, and the product, DeShawn. And product, I will never get back. That's right. And no photos. There's no photos. There's none. So when we talk about pivot, by the way, I was saying pivot way before then because of Friends and Ross. But that's just another story. Anybody who knows Friends and Ross understand why we like to say pivot, but now they're using it as a catchphrase. It's very annoying to me. But when I say it because of Friends, and I say it because of Ross. That's what I say. So here's the deal. So I'll give you a quick thing that I do when I work with a model. Okay. So I'll start putting makeup on it. Sometimes I'll put the makeup on, not heavy. I don't go heavy. I don't go crazy. I might have a thing in my head. Well, I'm jumping around. Let me come back. When I used to test heavy, or when I used to do a lot of editorials, right? I would have a set thing in my mind that I was going to do. And I would stay up all night, go, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. And I would be like, cracked out of my brain. I'm going to do this. And then the girl walk in. She doesn't look anything like a comp card. It's not what it was supposed to be. It's just, you know what I mean? But I still am fixated. I remember there was one shoot that I wanted to do so badly. The girl walked in. She was supposed to have blonde eyebrows. She had black. And I was like, what the F? What the F? And I was like, I want to do it. I want to do it. I was like a 2-year-old. I just want to do what I want to do. But she didn't come in like that. She didn't come in correct. And so I had to pivot. I had to change up what I wanted to do to her. But it was rough for me because I had a preconceived thing in my head about exactly what I want. I dreamt of it. But as a makeup artist, we have to be able to go with the flow, right? We have to be able to come up with something new on the fly. Some their shape of what we thought we were going to do. Now we're going to have to figure it out right there on the fly. And that's what I've learned, not to walk into a set and know I know in my mind what I may want to do, but that might not happen for various reasons. That might not happen. Sometimes it's not the model. Sometimes it could be the photographer you pick, especially if you're new. You might have a photographer that can't do the style that you were looking for, and so it's not looking right to you. That's the other thing. So you have to learn how to pivot. So what I normally do, if I'm doing something wacky, you guys know, if you go to DeShawnHatcher.com, you'll see makeup all over a girl's face, right? If I'm doing something wacky, before I technically start, I say to her, give me a look, right? And then they understand that. Real models will understand what I mean. So they'll start doing this for me. They'll start, all this. And I go, okay, now let me continue. Now, when you have newbies, new models, they don't know. They look when we look at, understand. So you have to start to maybe move their heads around and angle their heads to see if you can construct them in a way that, can emote what you're looking for. I hope that makes sense. So I test them out before I finish the whole look. Do you understand? Because a lot of times they can't do. I had one model, she had this beautiful neck. And all we wanted her to do was do something like that, right? Just do something like that. And she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. It was like, oh my God. She couldn't do it. And it was just like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. Like that was the one time I think I had instead of doing, so then I knew, okay, we're just going to start and I'm going to go and we're just going to do clean on her today, because clean, mostly anybody can do clean. That's like this, right? Mostly anybody can do clean. But when you start asking for emotion and you're asking for angles and you're asking for eye contact and all that, that's important in fashion. It's not important in consumer world. That's why you have to understand the difference, or you'll be mad like me and Kay. Yeah, man. All right, he says, preach. Photographers who have never shot editorial in their lives will come in guns blazing, assuming it'll be a piece of cake. No, sir. You're correct. You're 100% correct. There have been times that I've shown images to people and I know what I want. I want the lighting. I want this. And they'll tell me, oh, I got it. I can do it for you. And then when we get there, it is not what it's supposed to be. It's just not. It's not looking like it's supposed to be, And it's like, okay, all right, let's just do clean. I'm not getting the lighting that I want. This is not what I want. And it's the things that you'll learn as you go along, that it's not just about your makeup, but it's all, I told you, it's about the model participation. What the hell is she doing? It's also about the photographer. How is the photographer shooting? Does that photographer know how to shoot? The style that you propose to them. All of these things matter. You can't just like walk up to something and think, oh, it's going to turn out like this if I show him. It doesn't work that way. You know, not all photographers can do all things. That's why you have Stephen Meisel versus David LaChapelle. I cannot pronounce the Frenchman's name. He's been around forever. You have all these different styles that these photographers specialize in, just like we do. You have makeup artists who do things that, you know, that are special. And so when you're picking out, let's say something from a magazine as inspiration, and you want them to do that, then you should see if they can do that in their portfolio. Do you see what you see here in their portfolio in terms of lighting and all that? If you do, bing, it's a match. But if you don't, then you might have to pivot. And that's what I'm saying. You might have to say, oh, this is not looking right. You know, there are times that in Photoshop, I have to fix the lighting in Photoshop because it's not what I wanted. You see, but I'm a trained person. I know how to fix that. So this is all I'm saying. Is like, I just want you guys to kind of be aware of that. Belinda, so true. Camille, thank you so much. You are so welcome, Miss Camille. Hey, Shanice! Shanice says that already. True. Matilda says, I've been wanting to take a lighting class. Should I? It's a production lighting class. Yeah, I think lighting is everything. I think, sure. I think as a makeup artist, you should truly understand lighting, because lighting will change your makeup. So yes, you should. But if you're taking it to, let's say, talk to a photographer and say, I think that kick light should be over here, and I think that hair light should be over here. Yeah, don't do that. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, if you're doing it just for your own edification, for you to understand lighting, yes, I think lighting is key to everything that we do. You know, so yeah, I think a lighting class would be really dope. Yeah, I mean, I never took a lighting class, but no, that's not true. Well, I went to school. So in school, they taught you lighting, the Kelvin and the temperature and all that stuff. But really, the biggest way to learn lighting is to just straight up pay attention. Pay damn attention. I've been on sets with a lot of makeup artists, and I've noticed how they don't look at the monitor. They won't look at the monitor. They won't like participate. They do the makeup, and then they maybe go back to the trailer. They go here, they go there, but they don't pay attention. I am one of those people who I'm hungry to learn. So I'm literally always on set. I'm at the monitor like this. I'm asking questions of, let's say, if it's the photographer or a photographer assistant, like, what do you think of that? What do you think of what's happening over here? Should I adjust? All these things. So to me, the best education I've ever gotten was learning on set. That's just how I've gotten it. But I do think that for a newbie, I think, especially if you haven't really had the training in makeup. And I remember I went to school for film makeup. I didn't go to school for beauty. I went to school for film. I find that to be extremely invaluable. So, you know, that's what I say. Kelly said, stop. She says, yay, pay attention. I learned a lot just by focusing on the client the entire time. I'm always looking and asking questions too. Yeah, I'm always I'm eager to learn. I'm eager to learn. Eager. I mean, I'm always asking, what do you think of that? Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do that? There are times like, just like this weekend, I was shooting like a golf commercial. And the way the sun was bouncing off this white guy's head, right? And I just kept saying, and it just bugged me. And I kept asking, can I go and fix that? It's just like bugging me. And they said, yeah. And I wound up, the man is white. And I wound up putting my complexion on that spot. And you would think, why did you do that? Oh my God, you turned him brown. But because of the way the light was popping off his head, when I put this complexion on his head, it went away. But again, you wouldn't know that if you went away, if you weren't paying attention, if you didn't want to try something new, you wouldn't know that. You see what I'm saying? It's just very, very, very interesting what you can do, what you can't do, but you got to pay attention. Like I said, a lot of huge mistakes have been because makeup artists don't pay attention. When you look at I see y'all gonna say DeShawn's picking on people. Here she goes. But if you look at like the Real Housewives or whatever, and you see the confessionals and you see how their face doesn't match their chest and this and that and the other, I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know if they're looking at a monitor. I don't know if they have a monitor to look at. I don't know what's happening, but it's off in some way, shape, or form. And that's just one show, but there's many, many shows like that. And it's like, pay attention to the monitor. The monitor is your friend. And if you can't find a monitor on set that's right, then you go find another monitor. And if you can't find a monitor that's right, you pick up your phone and take a picture. And you have to do your homework. Just have to do your homework. All right, it says, yes, I was floored when I shared a set with a makeup artist who just did makeup and sat down after. I'm over there looking at the monitor, getting test shots. Yes, wanting to touch up. She looked unbothered. Listen, a rock tea. Let me tell you something. I was on set one day. It actually wasn't a makeup artist, it was hairstylist. And I kept, looking. And I sat down and he said, wow, you really like to work. He said it just like that. Like, you really like to work. I was just like, yeah. What the hell are you here for? He literally sat on his ass the entire day. Listen, let me straight up, between me and you and whoever else is looking. That mother effer, the girl walked in with like hair like mine, I guess. It was actually even more tight. This is a hairstylist, by the way. This is a hairstylist. Listen to me. Listen. This is a hairstylist who told that black model, and it was a black hairstylist, by the way, who told that black model, oh yeah, I don't do your hair. She had to go into the bathroom and do her own hair. Okay? And then it's the same person who said to me, oh, you like to work a lot. That's what I'm saying. So, and that's the other thing I will say, I'm going to get off in a minute, but when you look at people on set, right? It's like set etiquette, set etiquette, set education. When you look at certain people who are working, they have a very relaxed attitude. They'll just be like, yeah, whatever. They just be chilling, right? That doesn't mean that's what you do. Okay? That's like set etiquette 101. Just because all these other people chilling does not mean you're not supposed to be doing your job. The whole thing is that you're supposed to be doing your job. I don't care what he did. He literally sat on his ass almost the entire day, right? He refused to do her hair. He was like, yeah, I don't do that. I was like, what do you mean you don't do that? Yeah, I don't do that. I was floored how he treated her. I was floored. And this was for a publication, by the way. I'm going to tell you what it was. But it was for a publication, and he refused to do her hair. Musan. Yeah, all right. It says, yep, some have told me I'm extra. Yes, you are extra. It makes me second guess myself sometimes. I honestly just trying to be professional. Don't you dare second guess anything you do. Don't you dare. That means that you care about what you're doing. That's all it means. That's all it means. Now, if you're up and in the way, or you're up and you're ignoring the photographer, oh, let me get in there every 5 seconds, that's different. But if you're just standing alert to something, that's your job. That's what you're supposed to do. Then don't get me wrong. There are times that, I'm working and sometimes I can sit, I check the monitor and I go sit down because I know it's fine. But you will see me get back up and go, okay, she's fine. Okay, I see it. Okay. I'll walk back over to the monitor. Okay. Right? Or I'm paying attention. If I'm outside, I'm paying attention to the heat. I'm paying attention to the sun. I'm paying attention to all these things. I'm looking. I'm trying to see. They're okay. Then I get up and look at the monitor. Then I might sit back down and it's fine. But there's nothing wrong with doing your job. You're supposed to do your job, period. That's all I have to say. You're supposed to do your job. Linda says she learned lighting as a young photographer. Yeah, I mean, photography is like everything. Like when you, that's why photographers do very well. Like when, like, this is not going to sound right. I don't mean it in a disparaging way, but you don't always have to be the greatest makeup artist if you understand lighting and photography, because then you can just kind of manipulate things. You know what I mean? But if you're a makeup artist, you really have to pay attention. Like you really, you know what I mean? Because photographers know things that we don't know, you see? And so that's why they're able to kind of like, I can fix that in post. You'll hear that a lot. Oh, I'll fix that in post. I was like, okay. You know, because they understand it. You understand? Whereas we can't sometimes, like if you don't have the, you don't want to give somebody the ability to fix you or fix your work in post. You want it to be flawless when they get there, because then it's less retouching they do on the face. Do you understand? Because sometimes photographers have a tendency to want to go jack up the face for some reason. I don't know why they do that, but they tend to, from time to time, wanting to give it more cheekbone when it doesn't. That's not what you did, or take the shine off one thing, and it, you know what I mean? Like anytime that you do your makeup perfectly, where they don't really have to touch it too much, that's what you want. You never want them to go in there after and be jacking around, because then it just destroys everything you've done. Everything you've done. My dad taught me they used to have shoots for the photographer club, and they focused on various things each week. Yeah, I think that's it. The boyfriend was taking photography classes as well at one point, and he would come home with his class stuff, and I'd be like, "Ooh, what'd you learn today?" Learning, I like soaking it in. Kay says, I've been asked to tour with a band as a makeup artist. What is the rate I can expect? Do you know this by chance? Sorry, this is off topic. I have nothing to base this off of. Miss K, depends on who they be, how long the tour, how long is it, who they be, how long the tour, what are they expecting of you? So what do I mean by that? So sometimes when I'm doing singers or something like that, right? Sometimes they have press during the day, then they have the performance at night. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So you need to find all of those things out. And you should ask them, what is their budget for that? That's something that I would say, well, what are you budgeting for that? And then you can think in your head and say, can I fit into that budget? And if you can't, if you say, oh, hell no, yeah, like, okay, they come back and say $50 a day. You're like, oh, hell no, I come back. Right? That's different, right? That's ridiculous, and that's different. But if they come back at you with something that sounds reasonable to you, then what do? Right? You go back and you negotiate, and you bring your price up. Do you understand? And remember, when you're negotiating a price, you start at the ridiculous stratosphere, not $1 million. You'll start at something, and then you will meet in the middle. That's what negotiation is all about. Cool. Yeah, you have to know. You have to figure out. You also have to figure out. Okay, are you traveling with them? Is there a stipend for your food? Like a $50 a day stipend for you to eat. Are you getting your own room, or you're sharing a room with somebody? And then you have to discuss scheduling and things like that. Like, what's the schedule look like? You need to know all of it. Don't say yes to anything until you know what the schedule looks like. And how would these people be traveling? Are they traveling? I traveled across the country on a bus. Yes, I did, on one of those Rockstar buses, and I slept in a bunk for 3 months, but I did. And so the question is, are you traveling like that? And there's nothing wrong with it, but it's fun. But are you traveling like that? Is there hotel accommodations? All of those things you need to know before you can say, here's my price. Okay? Copy. Evie. Oh, Evie asked me something. Hey, Evie, did you ask me something? Did I miss something? I'm flipping. Evie, did you have a question, honey? Please come back. And discuss terms on when you'll get paid before you say yes. I mean, yes, I'm sorry. You're right, Shanice. That is a given, but I didn't say that. You are 100% right. Yes, discuss that about the pay, like when you're paying me. Because if these things last, if you're out on the road, let's say, even just a week or two, or some people are on the road for a year, but if it's a short thing, are you getting paid per week? And how would you be getting paid? So in other words, are they going to just break you off some cash? Hey. Or are they going to Venmo you? Or are they going now? See, like back in the day, I didn't have Venmo. They broke us off a check. Then I had to cash the check wherever it was ridiculous. So now they have Venmo. You can get Venmo'd. You can get PayPal'd. You can get Zel'd. All of those things that can happen while you're on the road. So those are the things, those are the extra, thank you, Shanice, for saying that. Those are the extra things that you need to find out about. Yes, when am I getting paid? But you really need to know like a lot of stuff, so whatever Shanice and I just said, watch out, mark the time that I just answered you in your head, and then come back, and then whatever I said and what Shanice says, write that down, and then when you start to talk to them, you'll have a list of things that you can ask them. So it's already on here somewhere. So write that down, and then you can kick it off. Like, where am I going? All that. And also, is there special equipment that you need? Is there something special that they're expecting of you? That you have to add on to your budget as well. Are you giving me a kit fee per day, including a stipend? There's a lot to it. And where is it kicking off at? In other words, I'm a New Yorker. It might kick off in Nashville. Are you paying my way to Nashville? You get it? Like all of those things I want you to look into. But all of that, brother, all of that, excuse me. They ain't just got nothing better to do, people. Hold up. Sorry. Give me a second. I got to do my due diligence. Hold up. Pink. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I got to do this right here. Okay. Don't worry. You know what? Listen, when things like that happen, it might take me a minute to see it, but now I'm beginning to understand what to do. So when I'm not talking, I'm doing things. So don't even acknowledge them. Don't even talk to them. Don't even talk to them. We'll just, believe me, I will get it. And then all of that silence that you see is me doing things on my end. That's all. So don't even talk to these types of people. Okay. So anyway, so you see what I'm saying, Kay? It's like, remember, you will see, we started talking to you about 15 minutes ago. So come back in a 15-minute time frame. And like I said, write down everything you just heard me say, Shanice say, and maybe somebody else would say it, and write it all down. And then you're good to go. I think that's enough to get you started. Because remember what you're going to say, Kay, is you're going to ask these questions, and then you're going to say, I'll be back with my answer. You don't have to answer somebody right away. I learned that by watching Oprah. Oprah would say, let me pray on that. She says, let me pray on it. I don't have to pray. I need my faculties before I can answer. You don't have to answer somebody right away. I learned that the hard way. I used to answer people so quickly. Yes, I'll do it. Yes. And then I wouldn't ask anything, or I'd ask very little. And then I would think about, oh, damn, I forgot to ask. I did it the other day, honestly, straight up, been doing this 20 years. And I swear to God, person called me up for a multi-day thing, and I was just I was in the mood of, yeah, okay, whatever, like my other job had just canceled, and then I got this offer, and I was like, but I ain't got nothing to do, yeah, whatever. And you know what's so funny? I didn't ask. I asked for pay, but I didn't ask. It dawned on me when I got there. First of all, it was a lovely job. I met new people. I met new companies. It was such a dope job. But the girl of 20 years did not ask specific questions. And when I showed up, I was like, oh, I thought I was doing this. And I thought, and the guy said to me, he was like, I was so happy you said yes. I didn't talk to you either. So we laughed about how we both normally would ask questions. We didn't even ask. He was so happy I could do it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like, and the other reason why I say that is because I wound up packing, like I have a suitcase. That's the thing. So I wound up packing a huge suitcase. And I didn't need it. I needed like something this big, but I laughed about it with him. I said, Lord, I would have never packed this if I had just asked you questions. He's like, you know what? I should have talked to you too. So it was like that mutual like fog brain that we both had, because we've been in the business for so long that we both laughed at each other when we both were like, yeah, I didn't talk to you. It happens. But in terms of you, Miss K, just write down those questions and get your answers. But don't forget those press days. If they're doing press of any kind, you get paid for that, right? Or you can do a day rate, whatever you want to do. But we want you off on the thing. I wish we could call into the chat. So do I. Brian Dean, are you still here? How do I do that? How do I do that, Brian Dean? How do I do that? But we were talking about that at the top of the show, or somewhere in the middle, whatever the hell we talked about, where Brian Dean had said, we should turn this into something. And I would love to know how to do that. I just do not know how. Okay. But I'm going to make a mental note of all the things that you guys have suggested over the time, and we'll figure this out. And hopefully by 2022, well, we might have a kick-ass channel on here where I'm talking to you, we're teeing, and we do all that. Denise, DeShawn, Denise, me and you. Do you have IG? Yes, I'm just DeShawn Hatcher on everything. DeShawn Hatcher, Twitter, whatever. But I'm not really an Instagram. My Instagram is more non-business than it is just me putting shit up. Every now and then I'll say something to you people about things, but I post periodically. Some of my friends have like 5,000 images. I have like 400. And they're all not mine. They're all not like work. They're mostly like, whatever. But in the end, you can do it on Clubhouse and YouTube at the same time. Shanice, stop it. Did you just give me an idea? I think you did. Shanice, I never even thought about it. I'm not one of those people. I would have never thought about that. Shanice, you got to email me, girl. You got to email me. That was cool. That might be the answer that might be the answer. That might be the damn answer. Girl, all right. But you know what's interesting, Arati, is that you can also, with Shanice's brain thing for me, but what can happen though is that I would still be reading your questions and I would be talking to you. You see what I'm saying? Oh, Shanice. Let me get myself together. Brian Dean, I don't know if Brian Dean's still on here, but Brian Dean, Shanice came up with a phenomenal idea. I think we might try that. Because I can speak to you people. You people can speak to me. Then you can hear. Shanice. So we can do like okay, the next caller. And then we could do questions on YouTube, and then we can make it a longer show so we can hit all the worlds. And then we could, Shanice! I don't have any confetti. I just got so excited, like a 2-year-old. could do that. Oh, that's fun. Inbox me, girl. Inbox me. Oh, God. Oh, okay. So you're saying, Evie, you're saying if I did that on Clubhouse, everyone would have to keep their mics muted. Otherwise, she would get mic feedback. Okay. Well, then I can have somebody, you have those moderators or whatever on there. So I can probably have somebody moderate that and I'm moderating them. Oh, I think we got something new on Sundays. She needs to inbox me. Because I so want to talk to you. I want to hear your voices and stuff. That makes me happy. Okay, cool. Shanice, you got it, girl. That just I'm like super hyped. She's so hyped. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna try it. Look at I saw the beautiful picture of you and your daughter. Gorgeous, by the way. Yeah. How old is DeShawn going to be? 2. Oh, she's stupid. But this is a great idea. I am so excited. We're going to figure this out, man. We're going to figure this out. For sure. Hey, Shanice, you want to be my moderator? Oh, we're going to figure this out. Okay, I'm very excited. Because it solves a lot of issues for me. Oh, help me, Lord. Just like Sean, you too funny. I'm too. I get excited. I'm like, oh, I'm getting very excited. So that's cool. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah. Oh, she's a shirt. Yes. Okay, guys, listen. We can do a test run. Listen, 2022 might be our year. Might be our jam, people. Never know. Okay. I'm happy to see you too. I just get to see your lovely photos, my Miss Lydia. I just get to see your beautiful photos of everything you do. Yeah, Lydia, let's do a test run. So we'll do a test run. We're not going to do it this weekend because I told you this weekend I'm flying in from Tampa. But I think maybe the first week in November. And I promise to make sure that you guys have to make sure that you go to the community board. Every now and then I post on there to keep you up to date about what I'm doing, or maybe there's a strong topic tonight or whatever. So it's really, 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 really important that you do community board. It's really, 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 really important that you subscribe, because I believe if you don't subscribe, you don't get the notification that I wrote on the community board. So that's why subscription is very important, that you do that so you get to get the information that you need, okay? Because, sometimes my ass be late and I'll be like, I'll be on in a half an hour, that kind of thing. It's important that we are connected. We. She did. Boom. Yes, Evie. Are you in Tampa? If there are any people in Tampa, hit me up. Maybe we can go for a drink or something. No, for real. I'm not joking. For real. Well, not the racist, but any other people. Make ours. Yeah, man, if you're in Tampa, maybe we can have a drink. But again, I will check you out before I say I will meet you for dinner, because clearly we got some crazy. So, beautiful people, I said I was going to be on for an hour, and it's been an hour and a half, as usual, hour and 44 minutes as I count. So anyway, listen, Shanice gave us new life on this channel. Shanice did that. Shanice, I feel you. Inbox me, girl. Inbox me. And I will talk to you guys later. And thank you guys for coming. You make my day. Don't forget thumbs up, because Camille and Marilyn want to make sure y'all give me a thumbs up. Make sure you leave comments. Comments are important for this channel. And that's it. Have a good night. I'm going to order a pizza. Good night, guys. Thanks.